button.
There's no sign.
What?
There's no sound as your mic on.
What? Who's saying something? D, the D button. It's green. The D button. Or you can simply push in 99 and OK. And it will take you to channel 99, not channel 63. So this is what comes up. You just arrow down. There's the community channel and push OK. There's all your 99 stuff with music and everything. If you go down to the next one, yeah, so on the top, you got the 4 arrows with the OK in the middle. See, I should have done this class, not Hotwire. If you want to see anything on YouTube, you channel down, there's the community channel. That's our old channel 63. It's now 99, but everything that was on 63 is now there. You click down again. There's the NYCC YouTube channel. Push OK. Now you can go through and watch any of the things. Okay? You've got my meetings. You just arrow down. See, it'll come up. So you can see what was going on the NYCC Live, property manager meetings, board of directors meetings, etc. Very easy. 99 or the D button. So we're trying to stress to you all, look at that first. What we are going to try to do is, when you're on the Monterey channel, the community channel, if it's an emergency or something is new going on, come on. We're going to have it on the banner on the bottom. So let's say when we had to shut the water off, we had to do it like almost immediately. We had no time to really let people know. We put it on about an hour before we had to shut the water. We had 30 phone calls. Hey, we have no water. Did you look at channel 99? Nope. So we're going to try to have that streaming on the bottom so you don't have to wait and go through all of the different pages, okay? So please try and check 99 before you call the office. And that's it. Any questions on that? And don't.
Is YouTube free or not? It asked me to sign in.
No, YouTube is free, okay? YouTube also does a streaming service. So if you want to watch a movie that's on YouTube, yes, you have to pay for that. But for this, it'll say sign in or continue free. It says it on the little YouTube thing. Just continue free. I listen to music. I listen to stupid videos. What?
Did you check the mic because it's not getting any sound for you?
Hello? 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 Okay, so I wore yellow instead of blue that I've worn like 8 times in a row. Figured I'd shake things up a little. Sunshine. Okay, so let's see. First thing, palm tree trimming is supposed to be starting today. So as soon as somebody sees them, let me know, okay? They're 3 months late. They were supposed to be here in June. No, but we do that every year. We schedule it for June knowing they come in September. You will probably be asked to move your car if you're anywhere near a palm tree. And you will want to do that because you don't want the fronds or the dust or the berries or whatever falling on your car. So if they come, please don't be annoyed. Just, okay, guys, I'll be right down and I'll move my car. I'm going to jump. Okay, so recently we had to do a couple of call-em-alls. This is where we do the reverse phone call to you guys. Again, we must have gotten 40 phone calls. Hey, you just called me? Well, did you listen to your message? No. Isn't it just easier to call Grace? Please, if you get a call from the office, check your voicemail first before calling the office. I must have explained the part of the water being off to at least 16 people. And I know they have a cell phone. I know they got obviously they got it because they got the phone call. So please, just if you get a call from us, check your phone first to see if a message was left. I mean, unless you're in trouble and you did something bad, we're not going to call you, okay? We're only going to call you if it's something like that. So please just check your messages before calling the office. We used to do it at the end of the day or at lunchtime, except then we'd come back to 40 messages. And you have to listen to every single message before you can delete it. So we figured we might as well do it during working hours, because at least that way we can pick up the phone. And if we do not have your phone number or an updated number, if you changed your phones, make sure you give it to Grace. They will actually be starting on the new directory within like the next month. Remember, we get that all finalized around November. So if you've changed your phone number, you're new to Monterey, and you don't think we have your phone number, please call Grace, give him your number, okay? I'm going to jump to another thing. Signing in and out. The only reason we ask you to sign in and out is to have your Monterey mail changed. You do not have to sign out if you're going on vacation for a week. You don't have to sign out if you're going for a month. That is only so we know where Monterey mail, not the post office, but where Monterey mail gets sent, either to your northern address, or if you've signed in, we change it on the computer so any mail being generated by our office, we know where it goes. Okay? Make sense to everybody? Cool. Pressure cleaning. Again, I have just received so many compliments about this guy. I don't know if it's because he works with his shirt off, but no, just that you didn't see that? You missed that. The best job that we have ever had out of the 3 companies we've used, doing it in-house, etc. I believe we are down to 7 buildings that are left, the Yacht Club and the Plaza Wall, okay? So in conjunction with that, we are painting the downstairs walkways. Now, that was just going to be which ones needed it. Well, after this pressure cleaning job, and all the walks haven't been painted in about 5 years, we're painting every walkway. So if your building hasn't been pressure cleaned yet, once it is pressure cleaned, we will paint your walk. If it's already been pressure cleaned, we just haven't gotten there to paint it yet. But it will be being painted. They do look beautiful, right? They are coming out. Paint and landscaping are the 2 best things to change something like that. It's an immediate gratification. Once all the pressure cleaning is done, we will be driving around and checking buildings that need touch-up painting. Now, I misspoke at my last meeting saying that we will be changing the colors. That was not actually voted on by the board. It's just that it's been discussed so many times that in my head, I think it's already done. Also, we will not be changing the color if it's just touch-up. If you just have one area where we have to touch up, we're not going to repaint the entire building at that time. When it comes time to repainting the building, if the board does vote on that, then it will be changed to the one singular color that they choose, which I believe is the color of the wall. That color. Okay? So if it's just touch-up, you're staying the same color for the time being. Questions? Question? Who's got the mic? Pam and then Barb.
Pam Kabansky, 26B. I have a question regarding when they pressure washed the area near the grill. Is that going to be repainted? Because I noticed that it seems like a lot of paint came off and it looks really dirty.
Yes, and we're actually going to paint that not cream. With that wall that's right behind the barbecue grill, if you ever see that, it totally gets just ruined. So we're going to probably paint it like a gray or even a black, something. It's not going to stay that cream color because we will just be painting it over and over and over again. So that one particular wall is going to be a different color. Okay?
Chris, 50B.
Hold your mic. Hold your-
50B across the street, Barb
Yes.
Cyril.
Yes.
Chris,
Hold.
When are
Only
we?
because they can't hear you in YouTube
Oh, okay.
land.
When you say there's only, what, 7 buildings left to be power washed?
Yes.
When are they going to do, is 50 and 51 included in that?
No, we're not. We've decided that we're cutting 50, 51 loose.
Really?
You're going to be your own condo
Do you
association
think so?
now.
Then we don't have
No.
to pay you anymore.
You don't. Nope. You won't have to pay, but you
That's
can't.
right. That's
but
great.
you're going to have to leave. Because you're no longer. No. Yes, of course, 50 and 51 and the yacht club are included in that. And I think there's 2 buildings on this side where work was being done that they couldn't do. And then we have 46, 47, 48, 50, and 51, and the yacht club.
So how long will this be taking?
I'm going to say probably 3 weeks. We'll be all finished.
You mean I
with
went
everything.
away for nothing? You didn't do nothing while I was gone?
Yep, that's it. We didn't do anything while Barb was gone. Nothing has gotten done since they've been gone. No work has been finished in this place at all. Okay, what was he up to? Okay, roofs. So we are up to, we're doing 20 new roofs. Out of the 20, I believe that they are on roofs 7 and 8 right now. So they're moving along. We're doing probably 2 roofs a month. They're going a little slower than what they thought they would be doing, but not what we thought, being that we've done so many roofs before, we know how long it really does take. So what I'm doing is about a week before your roof is ready. If you are not here, you will get a letter in the mail saying that the roof is being done and everything that we're leaving in each person's door when a roof is being done. And these include, you will have to move your car. Okay, you do not want your car sitting out in front of the building while they're doing the work. You can park in any other building that isn't being done, obviously. In any guest spot, you will not be tagged, you won't be towed. We want you to move and park somewhere else. During the roofing, on the very first day your building is being done, that is when your AC will be removed and put onto the new stands that are the new code. You can be without air for up to 5 hours. Most of them have only been running about 2, but if they run into any problem or if one of the guys isn't there, if we get any rain, you could be without air conditioning for up to about 5 hours. But it is only that first day, and then you are back on and running, and all you have to worry about is all the noise that you'll be hearing, especially if you live upstairs, because you will be hearing this. Not that tune, but you get it. I have a list of all the roofs that are being done, so if you're not sure if your roof is on the list, just give me a buzz, I can let you know. Hang on.
Chris, I think they're working on roofs.
It's on.
They're working on 14 and 15 now
Correct.
on those roofs. Yeah.
Yes.
But you said they were working on 2 other buildings.
No. Just no. They're working on 2 right now, and that's it. 14 and 15 are the 2 they're working on right now. 16 and 17 will be the next 2.
Good. Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
And don't forget, anybody, if you have an AC problem to the point where you're thinking you need a new one, that air conditioning company is still offering this deal. It's a Goodman 2-ton unit for $3,900. I mean, you cannot beat that price. I would say probably 10 people have already taken advantage of getting it, and I know that we've got a bunch in 17, 28, 44. So if you need a new AC, I can give you that guy's number. You work everything out with them. Now, Millie had something. Hang on. Wait for the mic, please. Only because they can't hear you on YouTube.
How old do you think your AC should be before you think of replacing it? What is your opinion?
12 years.
12.
If your AC is over than 12 years, unless it's running good, I mean, you may want to consider doing it then. If you have an AC contract, how often does your AC company come out? Have you had problems, things like that? Twice a year only. That's a call each owner will have to make on their own.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, and there are some that have lasted exactly that long. Yeah. I'm going to just say his name. Frank Swiderski used to use Flynn's. About 12 years ago, he had a problem. Called Flynn's, oh, sir, you need a new AC. I gave him, the guy who's doing these ACs, the guy put in a new part. Frank's AC lasted another 12 years. Okay? So if you're not having a problem, I wouldn't worry about it. And he's given that deal of $3,900 if you're on a new roof, because the crane is already there. If you are not on a new roof, if you're one of the ones that doesn't need a new roof, they're still giving a great deal. It's $4,250. Okay? You have to pay for the crane. $4,250 is still a much better deal. I had somebody from Building 19 come in, and the company that he uses, Kraus and Crane, wanted $7,200. So they're offering a really good deal. So if you need one, just think about it. Any questions on that? No. Okay. When you call about your washer or dryer not working, you call Grace. Grace emails the company. That's how they take all their calls. It can take 24 to 48 hours before Lapsco will even get here, depending on how busy they are. Then, if you need a part that they don't have in stock, it could take additional time, all right? So we get a lot of calls. Hey, we put the call in yesterday. It's not fixed. Correct. 24 to 48 hours before they even get there. What we are working on doing now, because once it is fixed, we do get a lot of calls. Well, how do we know it's fixed? So we are asking Lapsco, when they do fix it, to just put a little note on there saying your washer has been repaired. Okay? So that this way, you're not calling the office. Until we get the invoice, we really don't know if it's been repaired or not. So we are asking the techs to please leave this little note on your washer or dryer. Okay? I don't, that I can't answer. Exactly. Water heaters, same thing. So we had a problem this weekend with the water heaters, where we had a water heater that kept blowing out. Tommy came in, lit it twice. It's more than what we do. So we have to call AmeriGas. Now, I've already called AmeriGas for this particular one. They've already had a service guy out. But again, they don't come out on the weekends, and they do the work because we get the water heaters for free, okay? So that is why we do always call them rather than just calling a plumber or somebody like that, because AmeriGas gives us those water heaters for free and services them for free, okay? I know that's a pain. You go without hot water, but hang on, she's coming. Hang on.
Okay. In the whole building, I guess, I don't know why is the water so hot. I think we don't need to have water burning. I think there should be, I don't know who takes care of it or what.
So I haven't gotten any calls from your building of the water being too hot, but one of the reasons it may be is because it is summertime. So two different reasons. You've got less people in the building, so you've got a less call for the water. The way this works with that one water heater, we have what they call a circulator pump. It constantly pushes the water through the building. That's why you almost always have hot water, and it's almost always on demand, because the water is constantly going through. So if you're the last person on the loop and nobody's called for water, you're going to have hot water. Second thing is, all the pipes are in the attic. So even if we're only heating it to 104, let's say, it's running through the attic, which during the summer is 180. It's literally heating that water even more. I can have Tommy check it. There are different settings to see if we can lower it down a little bit. But I guarantee once winter comes, we'll be turning it back up. Again, the heat in the attic isn't as much, and you'll have more call because you'll have more residents in the building. Yeah. But I'll make a little note. You're in 34, right? Yes. Yeah, I know. We know we've been having troubles with the locks on these doors. that there are some times you can't get in or even out. The company that originally installed them, we have contacted. They actually came out. Parts are on order. However, this has been going for 5 weeks at least. So I am looking for a different locksmith to come in and take care of them. So we know about them and we're going to get them fixed. The lock's on this front door and the lock on that side door. Now the lock on the side door, the handle does not move. You got to turn the key, it'll open the deadbolt part, but the handle isn't moving, so people are thinking the door's not opening. Use your key and just pull. That one works. This one, there's a little mechanism that's getting stuck, and you literally have to push it with your finger. So we know about it. We're calling a different locksmith company to come out and take care of that.
Chris,
Yes.
speaking of locks, the gate that goes by the maintenance shack?
Yes.
All right. The key works on our side. On the opposite side, at one time, it wasn't working, and I had to put my hand through to get it. But now it's still catching. Did you have that repaired?
No. I think it's you.
Yes, it's me.
Because I actually went in and out of the gate a few times with the pressure cleaning company.
Yeah.
And it worked fine. However, I'll have the guys check it. It may need to be sprayed. There could be something got in there. We'll check it. I'll write it down. So that's the one going to the plaza. Plaza gate. Ponds. Ponds are almost completed. They've done all the dredge work and all the bulkheading. They still have to come back to finish the final leveling and prepping for sod and plants, etc. My guys have been working on getting the irrigation all together. I'm going to say probably within a month, ponds will be totally done with the landscaping, the irrigation, the sod, etc. And then we'll just worry about doing the next one sometime. You see how that kind of... You don't want to hear about ponds.
Diane McIntyre, 29E. I'm wondering about the bush that was left in the pond on number 1.
Yeah, they were supposed to take that out. That's another thing they have to come back for.
Okay, and
Yes.
the one that's floating in the middle too,
They were supposed to take all of them out. That is
Okay.
another one. And I'm holding money, so
thank you.
you know it. Mostly it's minor stuff like that. There's some uneven areas. There's some areas they have to do a little more grading. What's left on their part is very minor. But like I said, we always hold money till the end of the contract. So they have not been paid in full. We do that on purpose. Just a comment. If you're doing some sort of trimming, which you're really not supposed to do unless you do have permission, and you make a pile, okay? And I don't think anyone in here is somebody who does it for real. Don't call the office and complain that the pile hasn't been picked up. I mean, our guys are stretched thin as it is. They will get to them. They're constantly driving around the property and picking things up. But I've gotten calls from someone, oh, this pile's been here for 4 days. Well, we didn't trim it, you did. And you left the pile there. So we will get to it, believe me. You see these guys, they're constantly driving around. That trailer is always out front with debris in it. They will get to it. Okay. Our new address signs. Now, we did Building 9, and I hope that everybody went and looked at it. The ones that did, great response. Everybody's like, wow, you can actually see that. So what we're doing is we're taking the gray one that's on the first floor, we're taking that one down, and you're getting this, and then we're also putting one on the second floor above the laundry room. This was a twofold thing where fire department has had problems seeing where the letters are when they're downstairs. Some of them are landscaped over, things like that. Deliveries, we get them all the time. Do you know where 1972 is? Yeah, it's this way. Oh, I couldn't find it. So we're adding these on every building, and we have changed the color of the building number. For instance, building 23 has been painted black on the front and back, so it stands out more rather than that red color just blending in. Okay? I think that's all of my updates. So now we'll take questions. No, might as well do this. So I said last month, and this month especially, we are working on next year's budget, okay, for 2024. Anyone who watches the news, you see that we are still in an insurance crisis, okay? Companies are pulling out. They're not writing policies anymore. Our property insurance went up to $1.3 million, and they are expecting anywhere between a 20 and 40% increase. Okay? I'm just giving you guys the heads up. To please, hang on one second. To please just keep in mind, we have absolutely no control over that. The board has no control. The insurance companies and the state of Florida are the only two things that can help us. And frankly, I don't think they care. So I'm just throwing that out there to please keep it in the back of your mind. The budget will be going up. There is no doubt. Even if we take the smallest increase of, let's say, 20%, that's $260,000 right there. Okay? I'm sorry to be the bearer of this bad news, but it's the world we live in right now. And already one hurricane hit the state of Florida. Nowhere near here, but guess where it was? Right where my brand new house is. They haven't had a hurricane in 88 years hit Madison, Florida. Well, it did this year. So this is the kind of stuff that, please, like I said, just keep it in the back of your mind. You do not have to have insurance on your own unit. You're not, the state doesn't make you do that anymore. That's a risk that you guys have to decide for yourself whether you're willing to take or not. So, Pat had a question. Wait for the mic, please, Pat.
Pat Ellington, 44G. What is the replacement cost per building? Do you know?
Yes. The replacement cost per building right now, I believe, is $871,000.
Okay, and do you know what the deductible would be?
$28,000 per building.
Okay, I'm leaving.
So that's a good question. So let's say we have 4 buildings that actually do get to the point where they have to be totally replaced or repaired. Aside from what we pay them, you're all going to get hit to pay that deductible of $28,000 per building. And if everybody remembers also, we are actually appraised at $58 million. Well, we're only insured for $30 million. There is no companies that will write us a policy to cover the entire $58 million. $30 million is still more than enough. That would literally have to be 30 buildings totally demolished, okay? If we're just looking at past history and deductibles and claims that we put in, we've never come anywhere near anything like that. So we still have plenty of insurance, but it's costing us, okay? Anyone who may be selling their unit, whoever the purchaser is, they will not get a mortgage, okay? No mortgage companies are writing mortgages because we are not 100% insured. And we can't be. No one will do it, okay? It's better for Monterey because it makes the people have to buy in cash. When we had the big problems with foreclosures years ago, they were all people that had mortgages. Well, you guys used to get special assessed to make up for the lost maintenance assessments, okay? People hated that. It's hard enough paying a special assessment for work that you actually see being done. But when you had to pay special assessments to cover other people that weren't paying their bills, I hated coming to those meetings. So, again, it helps for Monterey that if we ever have to foreclose, there's no mortgage. We get all our money. It may hurt some people selling, however, but we have, again, no control. Okay? Remember, we are in the heart of hurricane season. We have about 2.5 months left. This is not a shelter. Don't come here. Up to a Category 3, I'd be staying. That's me personally. Again, you guys have to make up your own. If you're thinking about going to shelter, get your plans in place now. Don't wait. Okay? They're going to fill up fast, especially if you have a pet. Okay? Okay, so now questions on anything. Wait for the mic, please, and say who you are.
Hi, I'm Judy. The lady that came, she told us that we were in an evacuation zone.
We probably are. Because of our proximity to the river, mostly. Monterey has gone through, since I've been here, Francis, Jeannie, Wilma, Ian, I don't even remember how many. And we've had up to Category 3s here with minor damage. In all of those times, we didn't even have one single broken window. Again, it's up to your safety level, what you feel doing. If you're in a downstairs unit and you have shutters or impact windows, you are totally encased in concrete. The worst thing that may happen is if the roof blew off, you're going to get water damage. Again, it's the risk that you're willing to take, whether you want to stay here or not. If it's a mandatory evacuation, that's exactly what that means, mandatory. Get out. If they're saying there's a Category 5 coming, get out, go. And again, they don't expect you to drive 10 hours away. They expect you to just drive into a safer area. It might be a lousy 2 hours up the coast, but remember, everybody else is going to be doing the same thing. So just have your plan in place is what I'm saying, all right? We do have our yellow ribbons, so if you are staying, and especially if you have a wood door, make sure you get a yellow ribbon so we know you're in the unit. Jean?
Jean, Building 13. Getting back to the ponds.
Yes.
We've rebuilt the ponds that were in need, correct?
All but one.
So we still have one more.
We still have the biggest pond.
And is that new pond that needs repair part of the assessment that we're going to be hit with whenever? Or is there going to be an additional assessment?
There will be another assessment to cover the next pond. Yeah.
Okay.
The assessments that we've collected so far are only for the ponds that we've actually done.
Okay.
And remember that this was a much less assessment for these ones because we are using the money from Hotwire. The board had voted unanimously that anything that we were saving in our cable bill is going into that reserve account to pay for the ponds. I think the special assessment for these 3 ponds was only $85,000. We're spending about $320. So the rest of the money is actually coming from what we're saving when we switch to Hotwire.
Okay. So
But there will be another special assessment for Pond 3.
and that pond 3 is in dire need of repair.
If you live along that pond, you would definitely be saying yes.
Okay. And then is there a pond 4?
No, that is the last pond. And we only call it Pond 3 because it's on hole 3.
Okay.
Okay? Each pond is numbered. It's not in any kind of numerical. It goes by the golf course. For instance, Pond 25. Well, we don't have 24 ponds before that. It's just that that pond isn't on the golf course. It's near Building 25, so we call it Pond 25.
So then we should be good to go.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
with ponds.
ponds.
Yeah.
In our lifetime.
Again, folks, don't forget, we had an engineer, after the building collapsed in Miami, we had an engineer come out and do a concrete study on all the buildings. You're looking at $10,000 a building in repairs. That's $510,000. That isn't in the budget. It was our 50th anniversary was a blessing and a curse. It was great that we turned 50 and we had a great party, but this property is now 53 years old. Questions? Boy, this mood got somber. Yes, I'm going to do announcements. Is that, if that what you wanted? Yeah. Any other questions on anything?
Chris?
Yes.
Barbara and 50 across the street. We have all the therapists and all the nurses and all them that come across the street to see patients and deliveries. We are not getting our deliveries. They are coming to this side of the street because it's not on their GPS. Is there something that
It's
can
not
be
in
done?
the, okay, so we're actually going to make the signs, you know how we just
Yes,
have them
on the
painted
top
on the
of the
wall?
buildings, yes.
We're going to make signs for your side, so
Yes.
they are more visible, but as for it not being on GPS, I mean, I don't have any control over it. I wouldn't,
Is there any way of putting something out there on the wall that stands out that they can see that there's another side of the street with building 80, 82, and 84 on that side?
we have the sign when you come in, and it says across the street.
Nobody sees it.
I don't know how I make them see it, but yes, we'll look at some, like I said, you're going to at least get these.
We're gonna get them.
So we will, they'll be this big for each one. So you'll have like the Yacht Club, which is 1980.
Yeah.
82, 84, whatever.
Yeah.
So it definitely would be more visible
More
from the
visible.
road.
Okay.
Occasionally they do come here and they drop stuff off right in the front. They don't even come in the office. And I wound up having to call people that, hey, we got a package for you. So, I don't even know GPS was of what.
It
or-
isn't on GPS because the people over there are coming over here when the nurses or therapists
Yeah.
are looking for our building, and they can't find it.
Definitely we'll do some kind of signage better for that side. Yeah, yes.
Jim Mitchell, 28A. Chris, is there ever any talk of us self-insuring?
Okay, so the state of Florida has totally changed the way that you self-insure. They have made it just about impossible to do. We would need no less than $10 million in the bank to start it. It's never going to happen. They have just made it impossible to do. They really do. They don't want you being self-insured, and the biggest reason is they're afraid you won't do it correctly. And then you're going to sue the association's going to sue the state, etc. So that will never happen. Yeah. Good question, though. Anyone else on anything? Okay, so now we're going to do notices. And I know Bob Stover has one to start.
Bob Stober, 40E, also, as most of you know, chairman of the Veterans Committee here at NYCC. I'm happy to announce that our Veterans Day ceremony will be on Saturday, November 11th at our Veterans Memorial Park. We've been advised by the Monument Company that our monument is in their workshop and being engraved as we speak, so we anticipate delivery well before Veterans Day. And it should be in place and we can have a dedication as part of our ceremony. The exact time and other details for that day will be in chip shots and on Channel 99 once everything has been finalized. All of Monterey and any family and friends are invited to attend. The Veterans Committee is still seeking donations. One, to help with the cost of a new flagpole to be placed with the monument. We've also received a donation of one bench so far to be placed alongside the monument, and we're looking for another bench donation for the opposite side of the monument so that people can sit and reflect and contemplate whenever they would like. Any one or more of you that want to get together and donate a bench, please see Chris, because he's taking care of the benches. Also, we're looking for donations for our continuing work, and those additional donations can be given to me or any other member of the committee. Lastly, the Veterans Committee has lost a couple of members this past year. So we're looking for 2 or 3 new members from the Monterey community. Anybody interested, please contact me. Again, I'm in Building 40E, and my phone number is in the book.
Bob, do you have to be a veteran?
You do not have to be a veteran. Just have a strong interest in the work of the Veterans Committee. Thank you, Chris. That was a good question. And I want to thank all of Monterey for your past support, as well as all of your support for our future endeavors. Thank you.
Good job. So with that, so I've got five additional benches are already been ordered. We're just waiting for the delivery. 2 of them are spoken for, so we will have 3 benches that are available. Benches right now are $500 each and $25 per plaque. You can have 2 plaques per bench.
June Bayman, what am I, 44. I started the Friday lunch again for the ladies. We had 7 or 8 people this Friday. Bring your lunch, come up and talk, and just socialize. And then there's, if anybody's interested, there's Domino's on Tuesday at 1, Rummy Cubes on Wednesday at 1, and Mahjong on Thursday at 1. So if you're interested in any of those, come to the clubhouse. If you can get in the door, we'll be here.
I'm assuming that's on Channel 99?
The Friday is, I haven't restored. The Friday is, but I will put on the other days.
Okay.
Hi, Diane Parks, 44D. We're getting ready to have our first big event this year, our Halloween party. It's going to be October 31st. That's a Tuesday. Tickets start going on sale October 2nd, but check 99. There'll be 4 different selling of tickets, so I don't want to go bore you with all that. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and we have a really good DJ coming. Her name is Donna, and I think you'll enjoy yourselves. So look forward to it.
How much are the tickets, Diane?
$15 this year. We dropped them down from 20 because of the burden of our assessments, so there are going to be 15 now.
Thanks.
But there's going to be no food.
So BYOB and bring snacks to share, yeah?
That's right. That's right. Just BYOB and
Fair
snacks.
enough. Costume party still?
Excuse me?
Costume party still?
Oh, yeah, costume
Yes.
party in 3 different categories this year.
Ooh.
So come prepared.
Okay, anything else on anything else? Bingo is starting again? Is that what you're saying? Okay, so bingo is back to being done every Tuesday at 7 p.m.?
Yes. Thank you.
I hear somebody knocking on the door. Actually, maybe I did that on purpose. Okay. If there's nothing else, I guess we'll adjourn. There's always got to be one in a crowd.
Anyway, I would just, Millie Chambers, 24B. Anyway, I would just like to say thank you to Peggy for doing the mailboxes. They are absolutely beautiful. Yeah. We look like we have brand new ones.
Okay, that's it. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next month.